Hello YouTube, Josh here with the channel, well, the Breakfast Club. Howdy Breakfast Clubbers, Josh here normally with the channel ZZZ Giant Awake, but it's Saturday on the Breakfast Club. So we've had some really good videos this week from some really good guests. We've had, I'm sure some of you would argue whether we've had some really good videos from some really good guests. I'm sure some of you would debate whether Agent of Doubt is a really good guest with me, but I tend to enjoy him for some reason. Like, he grinds my nerves in a way that I can appreciate it. Like, for example, I really don't like Olos, but for example, I don't like Justin Bieber music. That's not the best one. In some of Agent of Doubt's thoughts that he went over, I really liked, but I don't think that they're practical. It's about weighing practicality and what is worth doing and what liberties you're giving up for what benefits. But it's definitely worth thinking about and checking out. I really like the idea of having a social worker essentially for everybody assigned by the government, just as long as they're not being intrusive. And this is something that I've thought about a lot and I think would be a good idea if it can be implemented, but how to get people going along with implementing it is the hard question, and maybe there would be a volunteer way of implementing it. I don't know. But he also talked about several other ideas because he was sleep deprived and made the longest video his channel has yet to have. I also think Yami Kaiba did a good job in talking about non-interacting narratives, and even though the way the video was cut was a little jumpy, I liked his message overall. And that's something that I do want to talk about at another point, non-interacting, and what he called non-interacting narratives. And I would like to talk about what he talked about at another point, non-interacting narratives. But today what I want to talk about is essentially like a reboot. On the Breakfast Club channel in the past week, on the Breakfast Club channel we sometimes lose people, and losing JJ Talks is, in my mind, kind of a big deal. She's been a YouTube friend of mine for a minute now, and so for her to leave the Breakfast Club channel and YouTube altogether is something that hurts. It stings a little bit. And she's somebody who I looked up to as being able to communicate with both sides, and she does a good job at least explaining perspectives to people, and I think that we actually have lost some people, and it sucks that sometimes the loudest voices are the ones who are talking, and I'm sure that she has had an effect on people who don't talk as often, me being included in that. Another thing is that, so also with rebooting, I haven't been on YouTube much this last couple of months. School has been absolutely overwhelming, and I'm not like making an excuse or anything like that. I'm just letting you know where my life's at, because YouTube isn't a huge priority in my life. It's second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth, somewhere down the line of things. YouTube is somewhere down the line on things that I care about in my life. I care far more about spending time with friends, getting schoolwork done, showing up to work on time, and getting work done. So it sucks that when my life gets busy, that this is kind of the thing that I have to push back on. I am going to commit to making more videos, especially for this channel, and getting back up to my once a week regulars. But the other thing that I also, another thing in my life that also needs, there's also a lot in my personal life that's being rebooted. I'm coming to the end of the lease agreement, so this background is going to change again here soon, even though I've only made a total of like 15 videos with this as the background. But I mean, I've got a better place that's costing me less money, and I'm looking forward to that. Also, a person who I was interested in has kind of left the picture in my personal life, and somebody else new has come in, and some of the things that I was using to gauge how I felt about myself, I've been trying to get that out of my life. It's hard to find healthy ways of gauging when you should make changes in your life. If you have any comments on that, or thoughts on what you would use to gauge how you judge your own life, or when you need to make changes, or when you need to cut things out of your life, you should let me know below. But right now, I'm feeling really good about the direction my life is heading, so I am recommitting to making YouTube videos on this channel every week, and I'm hopefully going to start making ones on my personal channel. I'm also looking forward to talking to Wayne Watley's video that I've been waiting for like a fucking month on his personal channel, so we can continue that conversation there. Because and also he's passed some milestones, and that will be cool for him to discuss. Also, we may, I think, also, I believe Got That Funk has decided on our new Tuesday person, so woohoo. I'll let him announce it. I feel like it's more appropriate for him to do so, and maybe something's changed since I've last heard anything, but I doubt it. And I'm looking forward to seeing the contribution from the new subscriber, or the new provider, or the new contributor. And they may start off a video or a round table, so I might have a subject that's pre-chosen next week, which I would be in favor of. So thank you guys, until next time, take care.